The woman learned from the phone that the bad guys were hiding at home at the moment. Cold sweat covered the girl's forehead. She trembled and put down the phone. She looked aside carefully and found a dark shadow behind the door curtain. The girl was so nervous that she couldn't breathe. She kept swallowing saliva because of fear. Then she slowly moved her eyes to the exit. Unexpectedly, there was also a dark shadow at the door. The woman couldn't stop trembling. And the criminals hiding in the dark also noticed the abnormality and called their companions to prepare to take action. At this time, the lights in the house suddenly went out. When the call came again, there was no trace of the woman on the sofa. It turned out that the girl hid in the compartment in the dark. The door had been locked tightly by the criminals. They believed that the woman was in this room. As the doors of the rooms were opened one by one, it was only a matter of time to find the woman. At this time, the leader seemed to have noticed something and pressed forward step by step. He walked towards the compartment where the girl was. The woman curled up and didn't even dare to breathe. As the footsteps got closer and closer, the woman closed her eyes in despair. When she was about to accept her fate, the doorbell rang at this moment. Hearing her boyfriend's voice, the woman was so excited that she didn't know what to do. When the knock on the door sounded again, she suddenly remembered that her cell phone was in her pocket. But the woman called again and again, but no one answered. The man was holding flowers in his hand, but his cell phone was left in the car. The man knocked on the door several times and found no one responded, so he planned to leave. The woman heard the elevator sound of her boyfriend leaving in the corridor, and she was completely desperate. The gangsters heard no movement outside the door and stepped up their inspection. The woman was unwilling to wait for death and looked out the window again to check the situation outside the window. But the man suddenly turned his head. The woman quickly hid back, but the gangster outside the door seemed to have discovered something and walked straight over.